Okay. Hello. Good evening, everybody. It's me, Eva Elizabeth. I am recording right now because I need y'all to know that I just got the most beautiful message straight from source, straight from God, straight from the I am. And it's just about me accepting acceptance. I am who I am. I was beautifully created and everything that made me who I am. I'm supposed to be. And I became that. All of it, everything that I am and everything that I'm not makes the total sum of me. And I need to embrace that and love that. And that's what I wanted to say to you guys. Like it's not supposed to be a perfect journey. It's not supposed to look perfect. It's not supposed to sound perfect. It's not supposed to be pretty or ugly or whatever you think words you need to associate with an appearance, because it's not about an outward appearance anyway. It's about embracing the totality of who you are. And I know now there is no accident, coincidence, or happenstance that all of my spiritual awakenings, all of my evolutions, all of my ascending happened in spurts or gaps or periods that I literally can track back to when my life made a dramatic shift and I became a different person, leading me to who I am now. And the acceptance of me totally. And I love the fact that it is not a polished, finished product. It's not shiny. It's not pretty. Um, who who I am and what I do and why I do my why. It is all tied in together. All of the things that make me who I am have finally merged and married, and I fully understand me as a whole. Um, and I accept all of me as a whole. And that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is be you, be authentically you, whatever that looks like, because anything that's for you can then find you when you operate at the proper full frequency of who you are. Like when you try to pretend to be someone else, you try to force yourself to fit in the categories, whether that be to look a certain way, to speak a certain way, to behave a certain way, your career, your the people you choose to have in your life. When you lie to yourself about what you truly want in your life and you make changes in order to for your out to reflect the self deception or the flat out lying to yourself, it throws you off of your path and it shifts your energy because your energy, the right path, can't find you because you don't resonate in that space because you're lying to the first person you need to stop lying to. So, you know who you are. You've always known who you are, but you have allowed yourself to believe that you need acceptance from outer sources, people, colleagues, friends, family. None of those categories mean anything other than so you could compartmentalize your physical dealings. Because everybody know you deal with friends, family, coworkers, acquaintances, intimate partners. They all are dealt with separately and in a different way. But when you marry those things together and you have balance, it works out and it creates what they call, life balance. But your inner is the same exact way. When you lie about who you are, you throw everything that makes you who you are and everything that is supposed to resonate with you, you throw that off balance. Like having snow on your TV. You have an antenna hooked to it, but until you put the antenna away where the antenna is supposed to go so they can pick up the correct frequency for where you are in the universe, you're going to keep getting snow, which is static and confusion. And when you hit the right point, the picture comes in clear. You have to be you so the picture can be clear on the outside. But you have to fix your connection on the inside to yourself so that you can thus fix your connection with the source, with God, our creator, our Father above all, above everything. Elohim, El Shaddai, there I am. And we're going to get more into that. I was also given another word about saying the weird thing and being myself, because I've always been afraid to speak about my spirituality and my connection with the source, with God, because I don't know how to really explain it, but I feel like my knowledge of Him and my connection to Him is old. It's old and it's deep, and it has nothing to do with organized religion and what people have tried to explain to me who or what they thought God was, because I never accepted any of it as whole truth because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. It felt wrong. Like some of it felt okay, yeah, but then some of it was like, no, that ain't God. That ain't the God I know. That don't feel right. And I have been being taught to respect that and to listen to it and to follow it and to trust my instincts because I am correct. Because my life has synchronized with Him. Everything that is happening in my life, whether it appears to be wonderful or bad, whether I look blessed, whether I look cursed, whatever people think they see, I know now that I am resonating on my correct higher frequency. I have finally caught up with my energy, and my 90% has succeeded and allowed my 10% to take control. And I am receiving straight from source. I know I am, because the synchronicities and the accuracy is scary. And I'm going to tell you why I know that to be fact in my life. What was everybody doing 2 nights ago? So I said that Saturday night, not Friday night, Thursday night. So everybody doing Thursday. I'm asking this question because Thursday was a very, very tumultuous day for me emotionally and spiritually. I could not get it together and I could not figure out why. It just was an off day, so off that all of the things that happened to me during my day as I journey through my day, I get to a place, a safe space. One of my sisters, I just recently have been embraced into a new sisterhood. More on that later. But I get to a new space and it immediately felt safe and inviting. And when I got in there, one of my new sisters, I felt her. I felt the weight of something that she was dealing with. And I hugged her because that's what she needed. But when I hugged her, I felt such a deep sadness that I lost myself. I had a full on panic attack. More on that. But I had a full on panic attack. So much so that I had to ride that wave. You know, the crying, the hyperventilation, the dizzy, the chest tightness, and the sharp pains, all of it. All of it. I had to ride the wave and let it pass. And once it passed, it felt like the weight in her space lifted a little more. And she actually was able to enjoy the rest of the visit we had because almost all the sisters were there. So she was able to have some peace and some comfort from her sisters. And I felt really good that I was able to connect with her in that way. My initial feeling was I was embarrassed because I'm like, I am coming into a new space to support someone that I immediately accepted as my sister, sight unseen, because I felt that that's what she needed and I needed, and we were drawn to the same circle for a purpose. So I immediately accepted that purpose without question. So, and I was embarrassed that when I got to her space, coming to her aid, that I had an emotional breakdown. someone very special to me is always telling me that you need to take yourself out of it. So I was able to step out of my physical emotions so I can understand what was going on spiritually. I'm an empath. I hugged her. I absorbed some of that energy, but I had to because I had space so we could get it out of there and get it off of her and get it out of her space. So that is what happened. But later on at night, get home, I talked to my person. It was a wonderful conversation. It always is. More on that later. I can't more on that, but we say goodnight. I go to sleep. I awake at 2:30 in the morning on the nose. And I know because I checked, because I had to work the next day. And in my head, I'm like, this is not the time to be awake for no reason. You need to sleep. But I woke up in a panic. Like I was expecting to wake up in the middle of some kind of crisis or emergency. I'm waiting on my phone to ring. I'm expecting someone close to me to call and tell me that some type of calamity, tragedy that's happened to someone that we hold dear. I'm waiting on you know what I'm talking about, up to and including someone's unfortunate, untimely, and very tragic passing. Like I'm expecting the worst, and I couldn't get through it. And I called my person again, and 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 he answered the phone, and he talked to me. The peace this man gives me. But later on that, but again, I went into a full on panic attack. Like I'm trying to get this energy out. I'm trying to feel it and allow it to pass through because it was too much energy. Like I'm pacing the floor, I'm hyperventilating again, and I'm trying to cry. I can't cry, but I know I need to so I can release this energy. But I can't cry because I can't find out what it is. Like I'm searching for what is it? Is it sadness? Is it loss? Is it grief? Is it anger? Is it rage? Like why? What is this? What am I needing? What am I trying to release? What's wrong? I couldn't get the tears out because I couldn't pinpoint the emotion. I don't know why I have to do that, but that's how it works in my head. But he was able to calm me down. My breathing went back to normal. I lay down. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. I go to work, and everything that went wrong Thursday, course corrected all by itself Friday. Everything. Fast forward to the end of my work day. I get to go see my friend. I go see my person. And we're talking, conversating. His energy was a little off. I felt it immediately. But it wasn't off like he was rejecting me. It just felt distracted. Um, and again, more on that later. So we're talking because we're both like, okay, we got to get out this energy. It was a good day. It was a great day. It was a great day. Not living in no weird wonky energy. Not when we get together because the way we heal each other, you know, we can't stay. We can't stay in a bad space. So he like, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna switch gears on you for a second, and he say, "Did you hear about Thailand?" And I said, "No, what about Thailand?" I was at work all day, and I don't really watch the news because the energy it gives me, the feeling, the sadness, I can't take all that death and destruction and horribleness. So if I do, it's for the weather and nothing else really. But I had not watched the news. I hadn't watched TV. Crazy part, I ain't been on social media. I haven't done any of those things because I was in emotional turmoil all day. So when I got up, I didn't want to live in that space. So I was afraid to see something that would upset me. So I went kind of dark with the social media. I wouldn't change for anything. So back to the conversation with my person, he said, they had an earthquake. I said, like for real, like a whole earthquake. He said it was bad. He said it was bad. He said he saw it on the YouTubes, and when we get to a television, he puts the YouTubes on. He shows me the video. Now in the video, someone is live recording from Thailand as this earthquake is happening. Now, I need y'all to know I'm a slow baby sometimes. So I'll be aware of things, but not the things you would think people be aware of. So I know everybody, well, not everybody, but I'm sure a lot of people know that if it's daytime in Thailand because of where they are, it's nighttime here and vice versa. But I'm not thinking about any of that. I'm just watching this video. So in this live video, the gentleman in the video says it's 1:30 here. So it's daytime, it's daylight, middle of the day. So that leads me to know context clues. It's 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon there. And then it just hit me and say, what time was it here? At 1:30 there. I get on my little phone, I hit the search. Time difference between the United States, Eastern Standard Time, and Thailand. So at 1:30 p.m. Thailand time, it is 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Detroit, Michigan. I immediately panic again. I need y'all to know that. I need you to know because let me explain to you why I panic. I have some mental health challenges, diagnoses, I have a lot of commas. Again, that's a whole nother video, whole nother conversation for another day. That was one of the first times that I immediately recognized that I had no purpose for this panic attack, no trigger. I couldn't, and two, a panic attack has never awakened me from my sleep, a dead sleep. Not never, ever. Everybody know me for real, know that if sleep was an Olympic sport, I would have platinum, my baby, because I do naps. I do snack time and I do nap time. Everybody know. If I'm not eating, I am asleep. Especially if it's not during the times that I'm doing something that requires me to be awake and upright. I nap. Look, I look sleepy all the time. Like you see my eyes? I'm wide awake. But I look like I'm gonna go to sleep right now. Nothing has ever awakened me out of my sleep for absolutely no reason, especially energy or emotion. There's a reason why I said energy. Because I felt the emotion, but I didn't understand the energy behind it. I have always been sensitive to other people's energy. Always. So according to my parental units, I was always told that even as an infant, as a newborn, hours old, anybody that held me or was in the vicinity and I was freaking out, flipping out, crying uncontrollably for absolutely no reason, especially if they picked me up. Somebody with bad energy picked me up, I would lose my shit. But the crazy thing is, at the time when it was going on, they did not know that, they didn't know why I would trip when certain people would pick me up. But then they would have encounters with these same people later. And they had realized one day, and it was like, she would never let that motherfucker touch her. It is a reason. I have always been sensitive to energy. Always. I've never been wrong. Now, it might look like I've been wrong because I have a bad habit of trusting people, looking for the best in people, and ignoring my own instincts and intuition and discernment. I do that. I've done that a lot. I have done that. I did that. That's not happening again. Another conversation. But yeah. So yeah, it might look like I don't know, but I've always known from the moment I was close enough to read your energy. You might not even be talking to me. We could be in a restaurant and you can be sitting at a table with a bunch of different people, and our only encounter was the fact that we were eating dinner in the same spot. I feel what I feel. I felt what I felt, and I'm gonna say what I say because I said what I said. But anyway, so yeah, I've always known. I've always known. I've even had people come back and tell me. Remember you tried to warn me about? Yeah, you was right. I know that. Nobody listens to me ever. But anyway, so I was walking one day, beautiful woman, beautiful. walking past. We did not touch. She stopped 5 paces behind me as we were passing. Turned around. She said, "Ma'am, excuse me. I need to. Can I say something to you?" And I'm like, "Here we go." Because again, this has been happening a lot. Just random people would come up to me and just say stuff. I can't catch a bus nowhere. The craziest, weirdest, randomest people, the most normalist, look like don't even sit next to me. I don't want to talk to you people. Will come sit on a clear bus. It could be seats everywhere, but they will come sit directly next to me and start telling me things that they probably shouldn't even tell their therapist because they can subpoena those in certain situations. I know stuff about people that I know they intended to take to the grave. That just always have happened to me. This woman, this beautiful woman says to me, she said, "You was born with a veil over your face." Now at the time I'm a teenager. I don't know what any of this means. Like you was born with a veil over your face. You know things and you feel things. And you see things, and then she says somebody around you that don't like it, they're literally praying for your downfall. All I can tell you is this person is older than you, they have southern roots, and they're very close. And it's a woman. More on that later. I said, okay, and I said, thank you, and I kept going. Because that was really that. And she just was like, protect yourself. Stay protected. She was like, you have people around you. There's always people around you. I just said, okay. And I walked off. Now, at the time, like I said, I was a teenager. No one significant in my life had died yet. So I don't know who these people were that were around me. That didn't resonate at all because I didn't really understand the message but it planted the seed and I started to question things more because I've always questioned stuff, everything. But it gave me a direction and a path to knowledge, to enlightenment. So I've always been really, really sensitive to energies, but more on that. So it scared me because, like I said, I realized what woke me up at 2:30 in the morning. I was in church one day. My daddy and I have a estranged relationship. He comes to get me for church. We go to church. Lady in the congregation, because it's in the middle of praise and worship. She gets the Holy Ghost. She's excited. She's running up and down the aisles, running up and down the aisle, running up and down the aisle. She decided to do a circular lap. She runs down the aisle towards the back, come across the back wall, comes up, past me. When this lady passes me, I am not in the last seat next to the aisle. I am 5 seats over in the middle. I felt a breeze when she ran past, like somebody blew on my neck, and I just broke down crying. I have no idea what I was upset. I had absolutely nothing to be upset about. I'm a child. I think I might have been 9 or 10, somewhere in there, maybe even 12. I don't know. But I'm not old enough, and I was not interested in religion or spirituality because it had been force fed to me because my mother's side of the family is Southern Baptist. So, I was rebelling against religion. I didn't understand what was going on. I only went because my dad wanted me to go. So he gets upset with me. He cussed me out. How you going to embarrass me like that? Faking like you got the Holy Ghost in church in front of all the people. I was like, first, I don't know what the Holy Ghost is. And two, I wasn't faking. But unfortunately, I can't tell you what upset me or what I was crying about. I didn't understand what he was upset about because I didn't understand what had happened. So I've always been sensitive to the energy of those around me. I am constantly in a state of sensory overload. And I keep telling people I'm not psychotic or schizophrenic. I do not have double personalities. Everything I hear is in my voice, or it sounds like a whisper. But I am constantly hearing shit. And I am just now figuring out that a lot of that shit ain't me. It don't belong to me. I'm picking up other people's energy. I woke up in a state of shock, in a state of panic, in a state of fear, drawn to tears fear. Because I'm thinking somebody that died. I just ain't got the phone call, like all of that. Because a lot of people died at 1:30 p.m. in Thailand. I felt all of that energy. all of that panic, all of those prayers, all of that heartbreak, all of that worry. I don't know what the hell happened in Thailand. I'm making this video to another reason why I'm making this video, because of the word that I received. I was told I need to show myself. I need to speak my speak and tell my story and be my authentic self, because people need to see that. People need to see my journey. They need to see the up and the down. And that also ties into what I've been being told, thus bringing me to my physical career and my spiritual purpose. People got to know. People have to know it's not that hard. It's not. And it's not a destination. It is a journey. Healing is a journey. Spiritual enlightenment and a connection to source, to God, to our Father is a journey. It is a continuous journey that exceeds physical life on this planet, on this plane, and in this form, and in this shell. Science is a confirmation of the spiritual. That's it. Because everybody know, for all the science people, everybody know energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just changes form. We have always been. Because when God said he made us in his likeness and image, he made his energy. We are he. He didn't just breathe life into us. He put his energy into these physical vessels, and our free will is our personality. He is allowing us to be individuals, to have an authentic experience in this physical form, so we can learn the greater purpose and the greater point and the greater interconnectedness of the expansion of what we actually belong to. We are not apart from him. We are in him and of him. The kingdom of heaven is within. That's why when Jesus said, you cannot get through the Father but through me, he didn't mean him. He meant him, the him that he put in you, in all of us. Jesus was the physical manifestation of the source's energy, coming to show us how easy it is to reconnect with source. That's it. That's it. That's all. I don't care what kind of spin they try to put on it. That's it. So they didn't know how correct they was. That song, The God in Me, that is literally exactly what it is. His energy in a physical shell. But in order to make this a wonderful experience, we all get to look different. We all get to sound different. We get to feel different. We get to be different. And everything in our life is synchronicity and confirmation of he, of you, of us. We are part of a global, a universal consciousness and connectiveness that is he. He is we. We are legion, because we all come from he. Everything is for the glory of the Lord, even the wicked. Because just because you think you winning, and just because you think you're doing something special, you're not. Because that's what he's sent here to do. He sent the wicked to get you activated so you could find and reconnect with him. But the crazy part is duality. He is the wicked. He allows the wicked to exist. And if he is everything, because everything is he, come on, y'all. I can't do all the heavy lifting. Y'all got to get there. And I'm saying all this because this is the thing I was afraid to say. And I don't care nothing about whoever think they canceling me, because y'all do know that every slam door is divine protection. So anybody that log out, check out right here, that's because this ain't for you. Because you're not ready. And you're going to have to do this shit all over again. The Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth because there's life, there's consciousness always. So there's existence beyond the battery life of this physical shell. And until you get everything you need to get, till you get all of the lessons, you're going to cycle back around. That is literally the point of physical existence. This is a simulation. We are running through all the scenarios there are to learn because of infinite consciousness, quantum entanglement, all of that. I don't care what y'all want to call it. You're right, because it's exactly the same, because they confirm each other. If this was a video game, this would be one of those interactive ones where you get to pick what the person do next to determine the outcome. We're literally being run through a simulation so we can learn why we are. Because he is source. We are all growing, learning, expanding. Exponentially, continuously, completely, perfectly. I just wanted to come on here and be obedient to the word I received from my Father and do what I was told. Those that resonate will stay connected. And if this wasn't for you, I pray you find what you need so you can reconnect with Source. Because that's the point and goal of all of this. I'm hearing the word accountability because the journey that I have been on this time around was about self-discovery, self-acceptance, self-love, self-reflection, and accountability. No matter what any people, any person, any situation, whatever they did for me or to me or because of me or about me, I place no blame on anybody because the whole point was for me to learn who I was based on how I reacted and responded. Because the end result is for me to be better, just a better human being, and be a better being when it relates to universal consciousness and being part of Source and reconnecting Source and seeing Source. Because you can't turn a light on to you what plug it into the wall that connects to what the source where electricity comes from. I am a lighthouse. And anybody that connects here with me is also a lighthouse. And what do lighthouses do? We bear the storm. And our light shines so other lost can find shore and safety or source. So, hey, if you a lighthouse, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And I have to learn to be more intentional about the fact that I am actually trying to connect with people. So if I forget to say certain things, y'all be easy, be gentle. Suggestions are always welcome as long as they're given in love. Because another thing that resonates with me that is a part of who I am is attention. Intention is everything. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's not what you say, it's the intention behind it. Because if you say it and from a place of love, if you say it from a place of growth, I'm going to receive it that way. But if you feel like I come at you sideways, that's because I felt that energy. And energy is just like stones dropped in a pond. When that energy ripple out, what it do? It come back. So be careful what you reattract. How we gonna act? I don't match energy. But I can only reflect what I'm shown, if that makes sense. I am a Taurus, if anybody wants to know. 514, period. It took a long time for me to figure out who I was and come into this space. And it took even longer for me to accept that and to walk in it. Man, when I tell y'all, I swear to God, I was going to die, go to hell, and burn for eternity. But that was my 90% in the programming that it received because life is trial by fire. And it wasn't until I submitted to my 10% and let our Lord and let my Father take all that fear. I am who I am, y'all. Look, I just realized, I know I'm an empath. I don't know. Cause see, that's another thing I am being told I need to come out of. I need to stop being afraid of what I am. I know I'm psychic. I know I say prophetic things to people. I don't consider myself a prophet. I just don't, because I don't even really know what that means. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And I be telling people, because people be like, why you always know what to say? I don't know. Because when I say something, I be like, that didn't even come from me. I don't know why I said that to you. I just felt like I was supposed to say it, so I said it. I'm very obedient to it. That wasn't me. I tell people all the time. They be like, how you know? I don't know, that wasn't me. And I can't tell you who it was either. I don't know if it was direct from source or if it was by some other energy by way of source. Can't tell you. All I know is that when I am obedient to source, whatever's supposed to happen happens. And that's the only way I can explain it to y'all. Obedient to source. That's something else I'm being taught. I need to stop being afraid. Fear of being seen. Like, it's been so many breadcrumbs dropped on me. And I felt the energy shift. I did this year. I didn't know why I knew it. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was a shift in the right direction. And I knew it was some sort of ascension or promotion of some sort. Because a lot of things happened that I thought would break me, end me. And I'm here. And I was told that is exactly why I have to do what I'm doing now. Because there's someone else in the beginning that needs to see that not only will you survive it, you will thrive in it. Psalms 23 was one of the other messages I got. Read it. You either need to read it for encouragement so you will know that you will soon be in that season, or you need to read it because it is confirmation and it is prophetic for you to say it out loud, for you to continue to manifest what is coming for you in this season. That's why I had to get on here and be sane, because in Psalm 23, he will prepare a table in the presence of my enemy. Because I get rolled off a lot. Like, I know a lot of people that know me that don't think I'm amount to anything. They write me off. I begin disgust for absolutely no reason sometimes. But everything that I know I am, anytime I even almost act like like I knew that and moved in that space, I was belittled for it or rejected or kicked out, pushed away, all of that. All of that is the reason why I'm doing this, because I am supposed to be seen, because in a minute, anybody that needs this, they're going to get to see it. But first, the people who doubt me or think ill of me or don't think much of me have to see me go through this. So I'm just being obedient. And I'm saying that because somebody else needs to know that whatever it is you're trying to avoid doing, because you have a fear of not being accepted, or you have a fear of being currently rejected by things or those in your life, you need to let it go, because another part of Psalm 23 is my cup runneth over. I just learned that Psalm 23 is prophetic anyway, because it literally foretells the fact that footprints that are saying he is carrying you right now. He is covering you. He is providing. Psalm 23 talks about the fact that there's going to be lack, but you're not going to be able to tell, because that's not going to be your ministry. That's not going to be part of your life. You're not going to be lacking nothing. Everybody's going to see and wonder, in amazement or in disgust. How are you so abundant during this immense time of lack? It is a reason why we were born when we were born. Shout out to all the Indigo kids. Who else an Indigo child? It was a reason why we were born in this time, because we are here to show people what God do. Because it's going to be an immense time of lack, and we will not be experiencing anything of that. Our cup will be running over. So, in other words, This is also a time of acceptance and letting go. Accept that this is who you are. Accept that you earned this, and let go of anything that is running, pulling, tugging, or have already walked away. Let go. You cannot catch blessings when your hands are full. Let that shit go. Let all that old shit fall away. That was the literal point of this breakthrough for many of us. It's about letting go of the old and ushering and accepting and thriving in the new. Whether that's a new career, whether that's a new spiritual acceptance, whether that's new personal acceptance, whether it's familial or romantic relationships. Let that old shit go. Because you have found yourself, if you think about it right now, you in the midst of a lot of new shit, ain't you? Like new friends, like real friends, like you scared a little bit because that's that trauma. That's that inner child in you that's afraid. But you just got some new people in your life, and you're like, I think these people really see it for me. I think they really there for me. Embrace that. Accept that. Stop rejecting that energy. You need that energy. Because this is also a time, Psalm 23, of restorativeness. He leadeth me beside still waters. It's time to rest and to restore. And these new people resonate with your new energy, with your new timeline, with your new existence. And it is time for you to rest. It feels like you're doing a whole bunch of hurry up and waiting. That's because you need to rest, because this new existence, this new timeline, this new space you are in, this elevation, this promotion, you're going to need all your energy. You're going to be busy, but not busy in a bad way, not busy in a tiresome way. You're going to be busy because you're going to be walking in your truth, and you're going to be booked and busy. So enjoy this downtime, because even though it's not going to feel like work, it's not going to be tedious or tiresome, it's going to be a lot, because anything else holding on by a string going to fall out by default, because you're going to be moving too much. You're going to be too busy for it to hold on, because you're going to be everywhere. They ain't never there. I'm telling you, it's open. It's open. I know it's open because I feel like I'm on here doing the thing I was afraid to do. And I mean, I had some real fears, y'all, but I don't have none of that. Fuck all that. Y'all gotta excuse me too. I cuss a lot like a sailor. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Remind me to tell y'all the story about man, what was it? Eighth grade band. The Michigan Week Parade. I was here for elementary. It fell on my birthday that year. I've always there's a word for it. I'm gonna tell you the word, but the definition is a feeling an emotional release from using profane language. I'm telling you, cussing is just a part of my ministry because I have to get. Sometimes I gotta get it out. It's a lot of energy, so I have to use strong words to convey strong messages. So yeah, I cuss a lot. So excuse me, but you know, I don't know. Kid warning. I don't know. I cuss. Sorry, but I know my life has changed. It just doesn't look like it because Psalms 23 again. This is the time when he's going to confuse your enemies. I will prepare a table in front of your enemies. This is the confused part because you know your shift has happened. You know this change is a done deal, signed, delivered. You just waiting for your physical to catch up to everything, but you know it's here. But see, the thing is, a lot of people that don't understand the spiritual because they can only see with their eyes. If you understand what I mean, they only operate in the physical. So the fact that they don't see anything, they are very confused because they have no idea why you so confident. They have no idea why you are no longer desperate. You don't give a fuck about that nigga. You don't give a fuck about them whole ass friends. You don't give a fuck about that job. You might have got fired already, and you didn't even give a fuck. You just walked out like, all right, bro, here's what it is. I catch y'all. You just like, oh, okay, we're not doing this no more. Facts. I'm finna go do this. I'm finna hang out. I'm finna take that trip real quick. I'm gonna go reconnect with me, nature, my mama, my daddy, my whatever it was. When they was like, bitch, get out, you was like deuces. And you had a calm and a peace that even confused you. You like, bitch, you know you got bills, right? Did you forget? Because I don't know about where y'all stay at, but DT be on some bullshit around this motherfucker. Please believe. They would cut your shit the fuck off. But anyway, Yeah, but you ain't give a fuck about none of that. You ain't even thought about that shit. And the reason why is because you are entering a season of abundance. There is no more lack. Stop speaking. Stop speaking in past tense. Start speaking in present tense. Present tense. Speak it like you already got it. You own it because you do already have it. So live in it. Walk in it. Be it. It's coming. Just maybe not today. It could be 2 weeks away. But it's yours. So own it. Move like you got it. You ever heard your grandma tell you you want to move, start packing? Get your shit together. Literally. And I know you heard people say you dress for the job or the life or the career you want. Yeah. Walk in your truth. Because I'm telling you. Once it gets started, you're not even gonna notice you in it. Till one day you be like, how long? When did that when? When did it change? It been changed because you was already living it. You just didn't notice because that's how seamless this transition is. So one day you're gonna look up and be like, damn, I really did that. I am that. And that's the whole point. That's because you had that obedience to source, that obedience to the Lord. Congratulations, because you deserve everything that's been this windfall of blessings. You earned that. And don't doubt that. What'd he say? He told Peter, when the cock crow 3 times you'll have denied me. Stop denying it. Stop questioning it. Stop saying that can't be right. I can't be that right. I can't be that spiritual. I can't be psychic. Stop saying that shit. Stop saying that shit. You are all of that, all of those. You are that. It doesn't matter who doesn't see your worth. It doesn't matter who don't see your value. It don't make it not so. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers running around here talking about it ain't no God. Last I checked, we all still breathing in this bitch, so clearly he there. Stop listening to other people. Stop looking for external validation. You've already been validated. You've already been approved. You've already been proven right. You already won. Because this shit here about to be effortless. Work not about to feel like work. You about to feel so covered and protected. Invincible. Because see, here's the thing, the crazy thing, you always were. You know, what he say? He said the weapons would form, they just wouldn't prosper. You've always been invincible. But reality has a way of shifting perspective. Look up the Chinese art of, I can't remember the actual name of it, but look, Google Chinese pottery with gold lines in it, because what happens, Japanese, what happens is when pottery or something breaks, they melt it back together with a beautiful stone like gold or silver or platinum or copper, because it's them chinks in the armor that make you beautiful. It's the reason why broken glass, even if you put it back together, is not the same, because you have to fortify them cracks. And now it's stronger. That's why the heat glass is called tempered glass. And everybody knows that's how you get diamonds. Pressure make diamonds. Trial by fire, whatever. If you're a science, the scientific method, however you want it, you've been proven, you've been tested, you have passed, you have checked. It's called confirmation. It's called duplicating the same results, because no matter the situation, no matter the difficulty and the level, you are here. You passed. You did it. You survived it. Now you're going to thrive in it. Own it. Accept it. Thank him for it. And start speaking life into yourself, people around you. I have no idea how I got here. Oh my God, it just kind of gets away with me. That's why I got to learn to just start recording. Like when stuff comes, when I hear it, I'm going to start just turning the camera on so I can say it, because my My person, you ain't gonna never. I don't think y'all will see him because I don't think he ain't in that. But he'll tell you like, man, yeah, I get away from myself. He would literally have to say, okay, I got to switch gears for a minute because I'll go until I lose it, and I know when I lose it because then I just get confused and can't remember why I'm talking about it. So I'm gonna stop it here because I went from trying to figure out how I was gonna reach people, my tribe, my people, my consciousness. To I've been on here for 50 minutes. I ain't think I had it in me. That's how I know it ain't me. What I tell you, it ain't me. It is he. Come on, I get. And I'm slow. I'm a slow baby. I'm goofy. My face is not asymmetrical. I make funny faces. Man, I got a lazy eye. I know y'all see it. Don't make fun of my eye, y'all. But I love y'all. I love everybody that I connected with. If this resonated with you, put a lotus flower in the chat. I'm going to tell you why later. Put a lotus flower because you're still here. And if you know you a light, put a lighthouse in the chat. I love y'all. Be well. Be safe. Just be. Take care of yourself.